Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. You're about to get an inside look that could shake the entire NFL ecosystem. Something so massive, so unprecedented, it might just redefine the landscape of 2026. Right now, as we speak, there's a clandestine war raging behind the scenes. A chess match involving powerhouse franchises, hidden agendas, and a player whose name has been whispered in NFL corridors with a mixture of awe, suspicion, and anticipation. And trust me, what you're about to hear isn't just rumor. It's a blueprint for what could become the most explosive trade saga of this decade. But before we jump into the depths of this conspiracy, let me ask you, are you truly ready to see behind the curtain? To uncover the unseen deals, the whispered negotiations, and the secret plans that could shatter everything you know about the NFL. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, smash that like, and ring the bell, because what I'm about to reveal could change the course of your favorite team's future. Only the insiders know what's really happening, and now you're about to become one of them. Now, settle in, because what I'm about to share is layered in secrecy, intricacy, and pure NFL high-stakes drama. Let's take a step back and analyze the current state of the Philadelphia Eagles, the team with the championship pedigree, the roster loaded with stars, and the front office that's quietly orchestrating one of the most intense off-season chapters in franchise history. But first, a quick reminder. This isn't just about a player or a trade. It's about a seismic shift in NFL power dynamics, and you won't want to miss a second. Philadelphia Eagles in 2026, the massive organizational pressure. Under Nick Sirianni, the Eagles have become a titan, a truly winning machine. The Super Bowl victory in LAX was not just a triumph, it was a statement. The franchise, led by Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman, has set an aggressive tone for 2026. They are in win-now mode, operating with surgical precision, and every move they make is under intense scrutiny. The roster is stacked. Jalen Hurts at quarterback, a lethal duo of Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, and a defense that boasts Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, a front seven that terrorizes offensive lines across the league. But here's the hidden truth. Despite the roster's brilliance, there are persistent cracks. The coaching staff's unity is under fire. Offensive schemes are questioned. The search for a new offensive coordinator is dragging into February, and whispers of internal dissatisfaction are swirling. The owner and front office know they must keep pushing the envelope if they want to sustain this elite status. Which is exactly why they're eyeing an upgrade, something that could elevate the entire secondary, that could add a piece so rare, so game-changing, it might just outshine even their Super Bowl win. Now let's talk about the secondary, specifically the safety position. The Eagles have invested heavily here, but the current situation reveals a glaring need. The duo of Reed Blankenship and Anthony Harris was serviceable in 2025, but does it scream championship-level consistency? The offense is loaded, but the defense, while stout, lacks that extra firepower in coverage, especially against stud passing offenses and elite tight ends. That's where the internal buzz has been growing louder. They need a playmaker. They need a leader in the back end. They need someone like Amani Hooker. But why? Because Amani Hooker is not just a safety. He's a game changer, a ball hawk, a physical enforcer with elite coverage skills. And here's the truth. The Eagles are not just considering him. They're prepared to make a bold move, a trade so audacious it could send shockwaves across the league. Let me take you deep inside the game tape, the analytics, and the whispers. I've spent weeks poring over Hooker's film, analyzing his every move, and I've uncovered the real reason why he's the ideal upgrade. Hooker's game film, the X factor that can transform the Eagles defense. Amani Hooker, at 61 and around 206 pounds, is a physical specimen, but it's his mental acuity that sets him apart. Watching his film, what strikes you immediately is his versatility. He's a true center fielder, but he's also comfortable in the box, able to come downhill for run support or challenge the tight end at the line of scrimmage. The first thing NFL scouts rave about is his incredible ball skills. In 2024, he totaled 5 interceptions, second most in his career, and displayed uncanny instincts in zone coverage, often baiting quarterbacks into bad throws. His 9 pass breakups are a testament to his anticipation skills. He's not just a coverage safety. He's a playmaker, a player who can flip the momentum with one read, one leap, one interception. Advance the film to his tackling. He's a reliable, sure tackler, consistently demonstrating high-contact accuracy. His 80 tackles in 2024 show he's not just lurking in coverage, but actively involved in stopping plays before they develop. His high snap counts, 86, 6% in 2025, underscore his durability and importance to the Titans' defense. Now, the analytics speak volumes. Pro Football Focus consistently grades Hooker above average in coverage, around 75–80%, an elite mark for safeties, and his run support grades are equally impressive. The combination of his on-field instinct, coverage ability, and tackling prowess makes him a top 10 safety in the league. Yet his contract, the performance incentives, and his age suggest he's still undervalued relative to his real impact. But what about injuries? Yes, Hooker's history shows shoulder, knee, and ankle issues, and he's missed key games, particularly in 2022, where injury limited him to 9 games. This has tempered some of his shine. Still, when healthy, he's proven to be a difference maker. The Titans, in their strategic moves, have bolstered his contract in September 2025, signing a 3-year, $40.5 million extension, fully guaranteed, with a cap hit of around $13.5 million in 2026. That's a manageable price for a player of his caliber, especially if he can replicate his 2024 form. So why are the Eagles seriously considering him now? Because they know the window on this championship core is finite. Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, all in their prime, are pushing for another deep playoff run. The secondary, however, needs that extra boost, a player who can lock down the best receivers, create turnovers, and elevate the defense from good to legend. Trade mechanics, how the deal might play out now, let's get into the nuts and bolts. How does a trade for Amani Hooker happen? First, the Titans, despite their recent superlative contracts, are likely to listen because they're in a rebuild phase on the back end. They're probably seeking draft capital, maybe a second or third-round pick, and a rotational player or a young linebacker to sweeten the deal. From the Eagles' perspective, they have assets galore, multiple late first-round picks, young players like Jalen Carter and Devonta Smith, and enough cap space to absorb the salary. But targeting a player with Hooker's profile requires precision. The Eagles could offer a high second-round pick, a mid-round pick, and a promising young defender or special teams ace, something that appeals to the Titans' long-term rebuild. Cap gymnastics are complicated but manageable. With an estimated cap space that, although constrained, remains flexible due to future cuts and restructures, the Eagles could absorb Hooker's $13.5 million salary. In addition, the Titans could include incentives or a post-trade extension, perhaps a new 3-year deal that guarantees future earnings and reduces immediate cap impact. Winners and losers. The Eagles get a seasoned ball-hawking safety who instantly upgrades their secondary. The Titans, meanwhile, acquire draft capital and perhaps a young NFL-ready player, setting themselves up for future rebuilds, plus a little financial relief on the back end. It's a win-win that borders on genius if executed correctly. Fitting the system. Why Amani Hooker is a perfect match. The Eagles' defensive scheme under Vic Fangio relies heavily on zone coverage, pre-snap reads, and versatile safeties who can do it all. Hooker's skill set aligns perfectly. He's capable of playing single high, providing deep coverage against the league's fastest receivers, and he's smart enough to diagnose plays in split seconds. Compared to players like Kevin Byard or Minkah Fitzpatrick, Hooker offers a unique blend, more explosive than some traditional safeties, but with the reliability of a seasoned veteran. His ability to create turnovers, combined with his tackling consistency, makes him a prototypical modern free safety. In terms of projection, he would slot seamlessly into the Eagles' preferred 2-safety look. His coverage skills would complement the aggressive front line, allowing Fangio to dial up blitzes and stunts, knowing Hooker can close down routes or pick off passes. He's not just a fill-in, he's an actual upgrade capable of elevating the entire secondary's performance. The risk. Slight injury concern, yet the upside outweighs it exponentially. Worst case, he becomes a reliable veteran presence, mentoring the young guys. Best case, he transforms the Eagles' secondary into one of the league's most feared units, with game-breaking turnovers and clutch plays that turn losses into victories. Final verdict, the future is now. Here's the bottom line. The NFL is a league of trades, and the biggest players are always looking for that one missing piece. Amani Hooker is that piece for the Eagles, an immediate game-changing upgrade that fits their scheme, boosts their Super Bowl aspirations, and aligns perfectly with their win-now mentality. Watch for it. As the offseason unfolds, expect whispers to turn into confirmed negotiations. The Titans are exploring options. The Eagles are preparing their best offer. The stars are aligning for a blockbuster trade, and you'll want to stay glued to this channel because when it drops, when the news breaks, it will shake the league to its core. And remember, this isn't just about a safety. It's about a team, a franchise, and a future rewriting the record books. The NFL's landscape is about to shift, and you're getting an exclusive front-row seat. Stay alert. Stay tuned. Because what's coming will be remembered for years to come. A trade that could define a dynasty.